Welcome to Bits and Pieces. Just want to show how my garden fared after the recent storm that's caused so much damage in the area. So we had a bit of a storm here last night and this morning here in North Texas. But my garden seems to have weathered it fairly well. We've had a little bit of minor damage. That one potato plant is kind of leaning at this point. I've already harvested 2 pots and I've got 4 more to go. I've got 2 here and 2 over there that I should be getting harvested fairly soon. My apple tree that I planted on the eclipse is thriving. You can see my bricks back there that are going to be my pathways, and the giant pile of compost since I've been picking up chicken bedding from my coworker. I've harvested a bit of mint. I need to finish getting the grass out. The peppermint in the pot's been doing okay. This one's recovering. It had been turning purple, but I topped it off with some compost. I'm so disappointed in that potting soil. Well, and just the garden soil I've gotten at Home Depot. Over here, my dahlias are starting to the plants are getting huge, but I've not seen any blooms yet. They've actually overtaken the rosemary there. I've got some garlic I need to harvest this afternoon. It had been knocked around a bit by the new soaker hose that my wife put in, and then the rainstorm kind of finished them off. I harvested a bunch over the weekend because they had been knocked over by the soaker hose. These I'm excited about. It took me years to find some Egyptian walking onions. But look, it's put on a new one and then it's got babies off of it as well. Isn't that just adorable? My gumbo onions recovered from something laying on them. And I've got some more dahlias going in here. I don't think they're getting enough sunlight with that huge sagebush, so I need to cut it back. Look at that thing, it's huge. And this is one that I was struggling in where I had my herb bed, and I just pulled it up and plopped it down, and it has done very well. Over here is my paradise rose. The blooms are getting smaller and smaller each time, I think because of the grass. I keep pulling it, but I just can't get it all. But the lavender is very happy. Look, I've got a little butterfly on it. See that? But yeah, I need to harvest some of this lavender and dry it. But right now I have mint in the dehydrator. And I've got my indigo roses. I haven't harvested any of those, but they're getting pretty big for a cherry tomato. This tomato plant hasn't really put anything on, but it does have a couple of flowers coming in, as you can see. This one is kind of stunted, but it's got some flowers. This one's put on a couple of little green tomatoes back there, if you can see them. And this is another one that's been kind of stunted. I need to harvest that onion too because it fell over. I've gotten some big ones, but most of them have been tiny. This bed has been kind of sad and pitiful. This tomato plant has been struggling with fungal stuff that I've been snipping off all the time, but it does have one good sized tomato on there. Swiss chard got beat up by the storm, as well as that soaker hose that got thrown in there, kind of smack dab on top of them. This tomato plant really hasn't done anything except put on growth. I need to look at these labels. This is the German Queen. This is supposed to be my genuine beefsteak. I've never grown those before, but look at that huge tomato. It was supposed to have been a fried green tomato this past weekend, but I ended up reworking my menu plan at the last minute, so it got to stay on the branch. The Celebrity Plus has not done anything. Same with this one, it's got a lot of growth. I need to snip off the suckers, but it hasn't really done much. But my Juliet is producing like crazy. Do you see all those? There's still more hidden in there. And I've got a ton of flowers on top, which I need to start making a point of coming out here and shaking my plants. I need to tie this up some more because it's starting to overtake my banana pepper, which I was able to harvest a good size one this weekend that I put in potato salad. But do you see those? I still have some there. So another one, this one tomato plant's just gonna have to be cut up a bit. This is the Big Bertha that's not really done anything either. Same with my gypsy, but I've got a lot of flowers on that gypsy pepper. And this jalapeno has one little pepper on it, but I'm not seeing any new flowers. I've got some basil that has actually survived. It's not one of the ones I started from seed though. The dill is going crazy. I saw a swallowtail floating around on it yesterday, so I'm kind of hoping I'll have some caterpillars. Probably the only plant that I'm hoping I have caterpillars on. Here we have beans and okra going. The okra is finally starting to get a good size, although that one's still tiny. Over here we have cucumber and beans going. Not seeing any signs of flowers yet. This is a lot of that where the garlic and onions were that had been attacked by a soaker hose. And I had to harvest them, but I had sweet potatoes already in there because I knew I was going to harvest them. I've got some more garlic over here that needs to come up today. And this dahlia, and I'm not sure why, it's pretty much mostly this one, has been attacked by grasshoppers. The Triple Crown Blackberry that I got for free is doing well. Strawberry's doing well. I think this is the Arapaho Blackberry. Some more dahlias. My zinnias are finally starting to get big. I'm so excited. Most of the little seedlings died off, so I'm kind of glad I seeded it with a whole bunch. The raspberry is here, and then we've got snapdragons that have not put on any flowers since I planted them out here. These were some I salvaged from the hydroponic system that died. And another dahlia. And my tarragon, I've let all of these radishes go to seed because I've got squash back here that I'm hoping to keep the squash bugs off of. They're just now starting to put on flowers, but they've all been male flowers so far. And sunflowers. I've got beans. I'm all excited. I'm starting to get some little tiny green beans. Can you see that? Yeah. These are a pinto. I just planted them from pinto beans I got from the grocery store. That's how my grandfather always did it. But yeah, and the asparagus bed got mowed down because we're going to have to put a shed here. This next spring I'll start building a new asparagus bed. We are having to remodel because my mother-in-law moved in and we need to have a bedroom for my daughter when she gets back from college. But yeah, this is it. It's a little tighter than it was. But it feels like it just always needs a lot of work. And I'm looking at doubling it for next year. We'll see how that goes. If you're enjoying these garden updates, please like and subscribe.